Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Make sure your mics are on, right? Is your mic on, John?
Okay, I'll let the record reflect that all board members are present. For resolution, approve resolution for the special election. Director Saylor.
Resolution number 676, relating to determining the necessity of issuing general obligation bonds and calling a special election thereon. Be it resolved by the School Board of Independent School District number 2154, Evelyn Gilbert Public Schools, Minnesota, as follows. It is hereby found, determined, and declared as follows. The board has investigated the facts and does hereby find, determine, and declare that it is necessary and expedient to construct, together with Independent School District number 706, Virginia, Minnesota, a new high school career academy, and to issue general obligation school building bonds in an amount not to exceed $30,940,000 for acquisition and betterment of school sites and facilities, including but not limited to construction of the new high school career academy and construction of a new district elementary pursuant to Minnesota statutes, section 123A.482 and chapter 475.
Can I get a motion to approve resolution 676, please?
I'll move.
And I will second.
So it's motion by Sather, second by Lotiger. Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote, please, Director Sather?
Director Yuhan?
Yes.
Director Schulberg?
Yes.
Director Lotiger?
Yes.
Director Sather, myself is a yes. Director Addy?
Yes.
Director Sorkin?
Yes.
Director Gentilini?
Yes.
That's 7-0 vote. That would be a unanimous vote for approving resolution 676 to seek obligation bonds calling for a special election thereon. The motion is approved. Five, approve Minnesota Department of Education review and comment submission.
Mr. Chair, I have invited John from Krause Anderson to discuss that section so that all board members understand what it is you're voting on right now.
Chair Addy and member of the boards, thank you for having me. A little description of what the review and comment is. It's some paperwork, if you will, that goes to the Minnesota Department of Ed, and it's a lot of information that you have seen already. It talks about your enrollment, it talks about existing square footage, it talks about operating costs. They verify the budgets that we've given you for the new schools. They verify those numbers are good, and they basically are correcting the test, which in turn then the commissioner is going to approve your review and comment. Once they give a positive review and comment, the superintendent will publish that in your local paper 20 days prior to the vote. Again, it's a lot of information you already have. We're just assembling it. In fact, when I left today, it was still all over our conference room table, getting cleaned, getting tabbed. We do have a meeting at 9 o'clock Monday morning with the Department of Ed to hand deliver that review and comment, which all of you will get a copy. So if there's any questions about the review and comment, I'd be happy to ask them or answer them.
Do any board members have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Sixth on the agenda is to approve the project labor agreement.
We have
You gotta take a vote yet.
Okay, excuse me. Can I get a motion to approve the MD review and comment submission?
I will make a motion to approve the MDE review and comment submission.
I will second. Any discussion?
I have a concern of signing something that we have not seen. I don't think it's a good practice to to not put your name on as a board member or even as somebody personally on a document, and especially a formal legal document that we have not seen.
Is
John,
there-
you want to respond to that?
Okay. For clarification, it's not a legal document. It's for the commissioner to review and approve it. You will have a chance to get a copy. If you have comments for the commissioner, you can always do that. Again, they're just making sure that the building's that you can operate the building, right? That you can afford to operate your new buildings, which obviously it's gonna be better. So it's most likely you'll get a positive review and comment. So
Okay,
it is not a legal document.
I may have misspoken to say it was a legal document, but it is a statutorily required document.
Yeah, yes, it is, to the
Okay.
Department of Ed.
Yes.
And maybe I can talk standard. I've talked about before, we're right up against the clock. We're at the 12 o'clock hour. A lot of times we'll get the resolution approved, and then we'll go into the review and comment and have a little bit more time for more review and things like this, but we're right against the clock. But we'll get you a copy ASAP once it's finally, even with your vote today. I texted that to Gary in our office, and he's going to type up the final letter, which goes on the top of the review and comment. So,
Is there a time frame that MD has to review this? And I realize that we need to make sure that it's published 20 days prior to.
74
the
days,
vote.
74 days, I believe it. I think I got that right, don't I?
I think I read
The
that.
commissioner has to
60
review the
days.
review and comment.
He or she has 60 days,
60 days, thank you.
Okay.
up to 60 days.
Yep.
And
Up
they,
to 60.
he or she will have to approve it before that, because otherwise we run out of time for the 20-day. So you can bet that it's going to be less than 60 days.
We hope so. It helps to hand deliver it. That's why we have a meeting at 9 o'clock Monday morning, because then we can walk them through the document to help them understand it, because obviously this one's different than the norm. So we'll help them understand how funding's working, so hopefully it'll go faster.
Yeah, and again, it's just specific, very detailed, specific information, the criteria that has to be in that report. And again, that's my feeling. You do it, vote how you want, but that's my explanation.
My opinion is, I never believe in supporting something I haven't read in its entirety. I don't like to read between the lines, and I like to see it in black and white before I vote on something.
When will this be ready for review?
Well, we're hand delivering it on Monday, so that'll be
Okay.
the final copy. Will be assembled tomorrow. There's even some legal information on how things are going to be written based on the bonding appointment, Greg, at Ellers, who's doing your financial. So our letter matches their information. It'll be final bound tomorrow, so it's ready for Monday morning, so we can ship some copies up to you right away.
Okay, so then
But
we
I-
will.
Excuse me.
Go ahead there, Director
Thank you.
Loviger.
But I believe that you had sent us an email that explained what was what was going to be included in that review and comment submission.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm good with that. I trust that you guys know what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I as well. Any more discussion on this topic?
Well, I'd just like to make the comment to Director Eddy, or Chairman Eddy. I've done this in the past. If I haven't seen it in its entirety, I voted no. So I want to make that clear,
Okay.
the reason why.
Well, you're referring to the budget? I mean, not the budget, but the audit?
The MBA review.
I know, but
Comment.
are you referring to the audit that we didn't pass, or I wasn't on the board then, that you didn't pass until you actually saw it? If that's what you're referring to?
On the, well, the questions I had is on the $181 million issue. When was this conducted, or you went in and looked at the buildings? I think I asked this question at the meeting, at the joint meeting, that and you stated that KA went through and that's how you come up with these figures on this heavy remodel versus light remodel?
Yes.
What does a heavy remodel compare to a light remodel?
Okay. The light remodel, again, is not a very good description, which it should be light remodel, heavy infrastructure. So again, that's boilers, air handling units, building envelope, safety, ADA, security. That's what the light remodel interpreted. It's very heavy on the infrastructure side. The heavy remodel would be knocking down interior walls and changing your academic spaces. That's the difference between light and heavy.
Okay, then my question it would be to you, when you went through our buildings and reviewed them, was our maintenance foreman with you, or?
Your maintenance plan was already done by, I believe, ARI Architects did your deferred maintenance study. So they had done a detailed study of your infrastructure of your building.
Do you have a copy of that?
With all due respect,
Yes, go ahead.
Chair Addy, does this conversation have to do with what is on the table right now?
I believe it does, because I was just going to ask John to clarify that specific information, detailed information, will be in the review and comments report, won't it?
No.
About,
About what?
well, like the studies and the comparisons?
No,
right?
narrative descriptions of what will be done. If you remember, the 181 million that you approved is a new Academy High School and a new elementary school at a site to be determined is the way the ballot needs to read. And that will be described in the review and comment. That will go to, the review and comment understands school districts don't have the means and dollars to pre-design a building. So that pertinent information is not in there, it's more descriptive.
I don't recall that from ARI, but do you have a date on that when they went through our building?
Jeff, I don't know.
Jeff, do you know?
Mr. Carey, if you know.
Not on top of my head, but I'll dig it up for you.
But haven't we just, I mean, by passing the first
Yeah.
Yes.
resolution, determined that we're moving forward? I mean,
Yes, that is correct.
That is correct.
That is not what my concern was. I voted for it, that question is moving forward. But this is a separate piece of it, and that's where I make a
Right.
distinction.
but it doesn't relate to estimates to remodel or build new. Your question does it.
Tom's question?
Your question.
I didn't have a question, I made a comment.
Okay, so let's keep this meeting moving. I guess we've heard comments about, a detailed review of remodeling buildings. I guess, I mean, if you guys want a copy, I know, Tom, that you probably won't vote for something that you haven't seen, and I understand that, okay? And I respect that. But I believe that we need to just keep moving forward on this, I guess, is how I look at it, Tom, and just put it to the voters.
Put it to the voter.
Put it to the voters,
And that's how I feel too.
put it to the voters and let them decide. Okay.
John, what I was referring to, I think you sent us this checklist, review and comment checklist from the Department of Ed, and so what I was talking about, and I'm thinking Tom was talking about too, is you've got a list of 1 to 6 things, and there's specifics under there. Number 3 is a list of specific deficiencies of the facility. A, demonstrating the need for a new or renovated one to be provided, the process used to determine that. That's what I was referring to, and you said that, no, that detailed information wouldn't be in the
It's done
report.
in words, it's done in writing, it's
Right.
not done in engineered drawings. So there'll be a descriptive about, MDE is in 1,000 of these. So when we talk about infrastructure, mechanical systems, electrical systems, they'll understand our description, especially when we talk about the age of your buildings. They'll certainly understand. If they have further questions, they typically contact Gary Benson or myself, so we can provide them additional information if they so request.
Okay, and that's the detailed information that I was referring to, and there's 2 more parts under that one, so.
Okay.
Okay, any more discussion on this? All in favor? Aye. Oppose?
No,
No.
Motion carries. Number 6, approve project labor agreement.
Mr. Chair, you have in front of you a sample project labor agreement. General overview of what a project labor agreement is. This, we will, if you pass this, we will enter into an agreement with our local trade union that we will only use union labor for this entire project. Of course, there are stipulations in there if there aren't enough people in the local hall that they will go get any other further labor will be still union, out of different union halls in different areas of the state. But this just ensures that we'll keep it local for as much as we can and keep our people working.
Right, and it's also, I mean, I didn't read through it, but I know how a project labor agreement works, but that also, that if they were non-union, or working non-union, that they would either go signatory or they would sign a prevailing wage chart, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just it's a good practice for good faith for our locals to be involved in this project, and they will help us on the front side trying to get it passed as well.
Okay.
As a result.
Can I get a motion to approve the project labor agreement as presented?
I'll move.
Support that.
Any discussion?
I assume that Virginia will be passing this.
It's on their agenda as well.
Same thing. Or we'll be voting on the same
Yep.
thing.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Motion carries. Item 7, unless you got something you want to add.
I'm proud of this board. I mean, you guys made a historical move forward today. We got a lot of work to do in the next 74 days, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and thanks for your support.
How about can we open it up for any sort of public comment
don't
or
do
nothing? Okay. All right, so I just like to hear what people have to say, that's all.
You'll hear after.
All right, okay. Item 7, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
I will make the motion.
Support. Motion by Lotiger, second by Gentilini. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.